feels for him to see these tank changes. I want to now take the opportunity to welcome to our stream, obviously, prolific streamer Cupcake. Obviously, we see playing a multitude of FPS titles, including Overwatch. Great to have you with us, Cupcake. A lot of news today.
Thanks.
We're continuing to tease more out of these devs slowly. I'd love to get some of your thoughts on what we have so far.
Oh man, I really like seeing all the new like hero looks and like the map visuals and the UI updates have been really cool, especially as like a support player. I'm seeing a lot of little like UI updates for like support heroes, and I'm really excited about them. So yeah.
Absolutely, you and me both. Obviously, I'm a support main as well, so I'm looking forward to teasing a little bit more out of our devs. Not only, of course, about maybe supports, but a little bit more about Overwatch 2, and of course, yes, we will be showing another map in just a moment. So let's take the opportunity to sort of bring these devs back in. Of course, obviously, Jeff and Dion have given us some great thoughts so far, because something that was teased at BlizzCon Online and we got to see a little bit of was actually the hero looks, right? Overwatch 2 is, you know, it's a game that's set a little bit further sort of in the future as far as we can tell, and this is reflected in what the heroes actually look like. I don't know if Dion, Jeff, if you can sort of speak to that, because it's not just like a jazzy tech upgrade, but something, you know, we can see the passage of time being implied with some of these new looks.
Yeah, that's part of it, is the passage of time. You can see Reinhardt is a little older. I think there's a sneak peek at a few characters that there's a bit of age difference on them as well. A bunch of guys are part of Overwatch now, so they have access to cooler tech in their outfits. It's just, we're having fun kind of like in a way to show these guys have upgraded their equipment. They're ready to do battle in this new world. Pharah here with their new Overwatch gear. So that she has the armor that fits the Overwatch team. Yeah, and just Reaper is pretty amazing as well.
There's definitely a feeling of them looking sort of more high tech in a sense as well.
Yes.
So, I mean, you know, I love that you kind of this is cheeky, you're kind of teasing little bits of the story or how the world changes out as we go. So that's just, you know, building my appetite up to sort of see more about how the world is changing and what all these heroes are up to. I mean, you see obviously Widowmaker's got a change of hairstyle as well. Tell us about what the development process on these changes is like, because I think it was sort of mentioned that there's sort of new tech available to developers to sort of bring these characters to life, but I'd love to know how you go about refreshing or revamping or update some of these hero looks.
Yeah, we have a lot of cool, really cool engine upgrades that you could see in some of those shots. A lot of better detail. The character's skin feel more natural. Their hair has a really awesome shader, and you know, it's still stylized, but it just feels much more real, almost like you could touch it. This is in the environments as well. There's tons of nice detail. We've upgraded the lighting engine, so shadows are better. All these things are just to make the world feel much more immersive, more dynamic, and more animated things in the world. The characters have the cool tech gear and details that we weren't able to do before until we kind of tune some knobs in the engine, and so we're subtly playing with this, maintaining Overwatch style, keeping the game performance smooth, but, you know, upgrading everything to the Overwatch 2 level.
I'm curious about like the new upgrades to the skins and like just the heroes themselves. And you guys have all the skins from all the different heroes from Overwatch, and like how challenging it is to bring them in and like update their looks as well. Like, is that an easy process, or is it like tedious to make them all look just as good?
That's a great question. So a lot of the tech, for example, the skin shader will apply to all the older skins as well. So our engine team is working hard to kind of create a workflow that's easier for the artists, but it's still, there's a level of work there, but everything you see on these new 2.0 heroes, the updated hair shaders, updated skin, detail maps, these will all carry over to the older heroes or the older skins. So a lot of stuff looks even better than it did before.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
There's a bit of work there to apply some of the new techniques to those guys, but it's a beautiful upgrade to practically every single skin in the game. So it'll be fun for players to see.
Is it going to be possible to like add more customization like with this new technology, like unlocking different like color schemes or something like that, or like special weapon variations, even for like certain achievements or something like that, so we have more ways to customize the way our heroes look?
An amazing question, but you have to wait and see.
That's not a no.
Okay, wait.
That I didn't know. That's all.
It's not a yes
about,
either.
like...
It's not a yes either.
Oh no. What about like mixing and matching like skins and weapons? Is that going to be possible? Like using a weapon from one skin? Because like that would be so much fun. Like you get creative with that. Can you imagine? Like, oh man.
Now, I mean, we're theory crafting. You know, we're off to the races here already. I can't like this.
I'm like, so many ideas.
There's a lot of fun stuff in store. Yeah.
You do have something new to show us.
It's like my favorite part is the visual. So.
Well, speaking of which, Cupcake, Dion has a new hero look to show us. Dion, do you want to talk us through this one?
Yeah.
So, this one will be, I think he's a Torbjorn.
Yep.
So this is Torbjorn 2.0. You can see he's a little older. He has a bit better technology and gear. And yeah, he's the Torbjorn we all know and love. He's just much more advanced. He has a cool...
Very cool.
You can see the hair shader really well on his beard.
But like imagine that, but with like his summer skin like weapon.
Right.
Like, like that's the kind of stuff I want to see at some point. Like
so that, I mean, you can definitely see, I mean, some of the changes are big, right? They're vibrant, and obviously, you know, you can definitely see the passage of time and Torb, and some are subtle, you know. It's the patches on the knees of his jeans, it's the connectors between the hardware that he's using, the goggles that he has. And I mean, we can see this gregarious attitude from him very clearly displayed, though. I think that's very much still been brought to life.
And you know, we want to upgrade the characters, but we don't want to lose that silhouette that's familiar to players. You know, he still looks like Torbjorn from a distance. He just looks better and more detailed up close, but he maintains that silhouette we come to know and love and like to shoot at. So that's some of the
extra props to the VFX team for doing some like the next kind of 2.0's VFX on his pack there. It looks great.
Right.
Smoke coming off.
Yeah, it's a serious modernization of you know, not just obviously how his skins look, but how he behaves in the game and how he interfaces with the world that he's put in. Let's shift gear here and talk a little bit more about our next map.